best 5 dividend-paying stocks and ETFs to buy in order to receive $1,000 per month in income. Now, I constantly get asked questions like, what's the best dividend stocks or ETFs? And it really depends on what your objective is and what you're trying to achieve. Because you see, throughout my portfolio, I have different names here that offer things like growth potential. Take my 1,001 shares of Apple stock, for example. And then I have other names in my portfolio that are primarily here to pay me a large amount of income from day one. Take my 2,700 plus shares of QLD. But in this video specifically, I'm going to talk about 5 different super high quality dividend paying stocks and ETFs that all can get you to the $1,000 per month in dividend income goal relatively quickly. And best of all, with a relatively small amount of money invested. Now, every single one of these names offer a positive total return. There are no high dividend yield traps here. So if you want to see which 5 names I'm talking about, the 5 names that can get you to $1,000 per month, make sure to stick around, drop a like down below, and let's get right into it. Real quick, for those that haven't already, make sure to go to the first link in my description and grab my new dividend investing ebook, where I share exactly how I went from $0 invested to now earning over $6,000 on a monthly basis and over $1 million invested in the market. Along with the ebook, you're also going to receive my custom dividend tracker, where you can track your dividend progress on an ongoing basis and reach your dividend investing goals. So make sure to grab yourself a copy of my dividend investing ebook and the new dividend tracker today. It's the first link in my description. One of the first names that I think could be a good potential opportunity to get an investor to $1,000 per month in income with a relatively small amount of money invested is ticker symbol QQQI, or the NEOS Nasdaq 100 High Income ETF. Now, this ETF has only been trading just under a year, so even though we don't have all that much data to go off of, this ETF has been paying massive amounts of distributions and is trading up and to the right, at least historically. This ETF utilizes the Nasdaq 100, which is a very solid index, but then also sells and both buys call options in order to generate a ton of income and have some upside exposure. Now, this ETF's expense ratio is 0.68%, so it is a little bit pricey to hold on to, and this is because it is actively managed. But the ETF offers a monthly paid frequency distribution, and like I'm going to show you here in a second, they've been massive. Now, if you are looking to get to the point to where you're earning $100, $1,000, or $10,000 per month in dividends and distribution income, you're probably going to want to buy into something like this ETF, which offers a consistent amount of distributions more or less every single month. For this ETF particularly, we're talking 59 to 61, 62 cents every single month, at least since inception, which means in theory an investor would only need to buy around 1,612 shares of this ETF in order to reach that $1,000 per month milestone. Now, sure, this equates to around $80,000 invested, but keep in mind, if you were to buy into something like SPY or one of the normal run-of-the-mill index funds, it would cost you upwards of 3 to 4 to 5 times more money invested to reach that $1,000 goal. Now, the next name that could be a good potential opportunity for an investor to buy into and get to $1,000 per month in dividends is one of my favorite monthly paying dividend stocks, that is Realty Income Corporation, or ticker symbol O. Now, ticker symbol O has been on an absolute tear this year. This stock is up 31+% in the 1 year. And on the max time frame, it's more the same. Realty Income has been trading up and to the right historically. Although if we look back to 2020, Realty Income is still trading below those levels as of right now, but in my opinion, not for long. Now, because interest rates have been so heavy and so high over the last various years, real estate investment trusts, just like Realty Income, have been beat up along with the rest of them, but the tide is starting to turn and Realty Income is having a heck of a year so far. But to get into the important part, Realty Income's dividend, which still is offering nearly a 5% forward yield. Realty Income also pays a monthly dividend in somewhere around the 26 cents range for every single share that you have. Now, because Realty Income's dividend is smaller than the last option we went through, it is going to cost you a bit more to get to that $1,000 per month milestone, and you would have to have around 3,846 shares of Realty Income as of the current dividend in order to reach that milestone. Now, another super high quality monthly paying dividend stock that could get you to the milestone of $100, $1,000, or $10,000 per month in dividends is one of my favorites across the entire market. This might be my #1 favorite monthly paying dividend stock of all time, Main Street Capital, or ticker symbol MAIN. Now, Main Street Capital is one of my favorites because this stock just keeps going up in price basically ever since I started buying into it. But along with that, Main Street Capital, historically at least, has paid a monthly dividend, which is not bad whatsoever, somewhere in the 5, 6, 7% yielding range. But also, you see all those darker marks in this? Those are special dividends. Those are basically dividends that you get paid on top of the normal dividends that you get paid. Now, Main Street Capital pays anywhere from around 25, 26 cents on a monthly basis, but with these 30-cent, more or less, special dividends, this single stock pays you a ton of income consistently, and at least for me personally, since I started buying into Main, this single stock has been moving up and to the right significantly. Now, if we were to take Main Street Capital's special dividends and their normal dividend and combine the two, an investor would probably need somewhere around 2,200 shares of Main Street Capital in order to earn $1,000 per month in dividends. Now, the next one that I think an investor could utilize in order to earn a substantial amount of income every single month, one of my favorites, one of my larger positions now throughout my portfolio, I think I have somewhere around 700 or 800 shares of this one. I'm talking about the NEOS S&P 500 High Income ETF, or SPYI. Now, this ETF not only is up in green in the next time frame, which is sort of shocking because this ETF particularly pays around a 12% yield, which is going to make you earn a ton of income for a relatively small amount of money invested. Now, this ETF, just like the other one we talked about, offers a very consistent distribution every single month, somewhere around the 50-cent range. And keep in mind, this ETF is around $51 per share. So that means that every single share that you buy for, let's say, 50, 51 bucks, you're going to be receiving a few quarters that following month as far as distributions go, which is not bad whatsoever. Now, this also means that in order to earn around $1,000 per month in income from SPYI, you'd have to invest into around 1,960 shares, more or less, in order to reach that milestone, which is massive. Now, last but not least, maybe saving one of the best for last, one of my favorite income-focused ETFs across the entire market. This could also be a great tool to utilize if you do want to receive a massive amount of income basically from day one. I'm talking about the JP Morgan Nasdaq Equity Premium Income ETF JEPQ, which over time has been trading up and to the right. On certain time frames, it's up substantially. And this is an ETF that does not pay a small dividend, a small yield whatsoever. JEPQ offers a 9.41% trailing 12-month dividend yield with massive payouts historically. The last 5 years of payouts have been anywhere as high as 68 cents on a monthly basis, down to as low as in the 34-cent range, somewhere in the range of around 40 cents more or less though, if we were to average everything else. Now, if we were to take the average payout for JEPQ, this means that an investor would have to own around 2,500 shares of it, more or less, in order to earn $1,000 per month, which is a crazy high milestone. So those are 5 different stocks and or ETFs that I think could be potentially good to look into if an investor is looking to build out a portfolio and reach milestones of say $10, $100, or $1,000 per month in income alone, and maybe someday get to the point to where they build out a portfolio just like mine that currently pays me around $7,400 on average per month in dividends. Now, my portfolio specifically has taken around 8 years or so to build, and I have tons of different positions in here, some more growth focused, some more dividend focused, and some more dividend growth focused. But the important part is over time, if you stack high quality assets that pay you income, reinvest those dividends and distributions into more high quality assets, you're going to start to see the snowball effect take place, and the power of compound interest is pretty beautiful. But out of all 5 of the positions we went through in today's video, whether it's ETFs or stocks, which is your favorite of all of them? Drop the ticker symbol in my comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like on it and subscribe for more future content like this. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.